Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Harrington. Today I'm going to show you how to find the level of a book. It's probably one of the number one questions that I get from kids. And when I give a reading log, the column that says book level is very often left blank if it's a book that doesn't come from my library, which says the level right inside the front cover. So we are one of the places that I typically get my book levels from is from the Scholastic Book Leveling Wizard. It doesn't have every single book. Their newer titles are more difficult to find on there, but it has a lot of books and it's a good place to start. So I'm in Google and I'm just going to write Scholastic Book, and you can see the first thing that comes up is Scholastic Book Leveling Wizard. So I'm going to click on that and go right here to this first link, Book Wizard. So it's just taking a few minutes to load. But right here at the top, I can enter in the title of any book that I find in the library or at the bookstore, and I'm not sure of the level. So let's say that I found a book. There's a cute book called Daisy Dawson. So I'm going to search for Daisy Dawson, and let's see what results I get. So there's a bunch of different, it's a series, so there's a bunch of different ones, and you can see without even clicking on the book, the right where it says guided reading level, that's what we're looking for. And this is a guiding reading level of N. In third grade, the benchmark, so the reading level that we expect them to be reading on when they come into third grade, is a level M. And then gradually throughout the year, that increases. So by the time it's November, the grade level benchmark is an N. Then for March, the grade level benchmark is an O. And for June, the grade level benchmark is a P. That doesn't mean that your child's reading on that level necessarily. And those are just what the benchmarks they're working towards. So any book that they find, you can come on here and see where that falls. Um, we want our children to shop for books that really interest them, and if they're a level up or a level below, like that's okay. It's just that you don't want them reading Harry Potter if they're and that which is a level U book if they're really on a level N. So that's how you do it. Go up to the top, search for the book, and you'll see all the different titles if it's listed on Scholastic Book Wizard. If Scholastic Book Wizard fails, which it can do sometimes, another source that you might want to try is a website called BookSource. So you would just go and type in booksource.com or search for BookSource on Google. And then there's a little quick search here where I can type, here's some of the titles that I typed in. So let's say Jake Drake is another grade level series that some of my friends like to read in third grade. So if I click on Jake Drake, I'm going to see the name of the book, Jake Drake Bully Buster, and the reading level is listed right here. So all of these in this series are a level O. Sometimes, like when I search for something like Pete the Cat, there's a ton of Pete the Cat books, but it might only come up that like see, some of the reading levels here aren't even listed, but you can see that this one is a level H. So that'll kind of give you an idea of what the rest of the Pete the Cat books are in terms of level, or give you a roundabout guess. Um, a lot of parents also ask me, like, what does guided reading, like, what does the guided reading level even mean? It really is just a, a term to tell you about the complexity of the text and the kind of things, story structure, characters, plot lines, and things that your child's going to come across. So this is a list of all of the guided reading indicators for readers at a level M. So for instance, they're going to have text with multiple points of view, and that are going to be revealed through the characters' behaviors. There's going to be complex plots with numerous episodes and time passing, multiple characters to understand and notice how they develop and change, multi-syllable words. So and those get more and more complicated as you move on to something like level N. If you were to go, back to the lower levels on a level I, for instance, the things that you're going to see are going to be a lot less complex. 3 to 8 lines of text per page, 8 to 16 pages of print total. So the difference between a level I or a J is much different from the complexity of a level M. I will put this link hopefully somewhere on my YouTube channel where you can find it so that you could read more about the different characteristics of the guided reading levels if you would like. Lastly, if you are super interested in finding the level of books, you might be interested. I haven't really engaged in this too much, but there is an app called Level It Books that's for Apple and Android. I don't believe it's a free app, but you could download it to your phone. And I think there's even like a barcode scanner that you could use when you're come to a book in Barnes and Noble or something that your child is interested in buying, or at a book fair or something, and it should, help you find um, any book that your child might want to read. So that's it for my little, I don't know how to, so much a how to, but my little, yes, how to find the level of a book. Hopefully that answers some of your questions.